This is a spider that can kill you in just 15 minutes, and today I'm building and testing 5 of the deadliest creepy crawlies out of Lego, with each one getting more and more dangerous, with the last one being the true final boss of the insect world. But to understand why, we've got to start with bug number 1. For this first bug, we have to go to the land of Earth, because it's fairly common and could be hiding in your backyard right now, and it's the bombardier beetle. And I built it using these clips for the jaws, these horns for the legs, and this stud shooter on the butt that can also swivel around, and you might be wondering why, and we'll get to that in a moment. Because the bombardier beetle actually has a really cool feature. Yeah, this thing literally turns its butt into a rocket engine. Yeah. See, when it's attacked by predators, it mixes 2 chemicals together and then adds a third that blows all of them up in its butt and then blasts boiling liquid at the predator at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. And it can actually do some serious damage to your skin. And the really cool thing is this is basically how a rocket engine works. But this happens lightning fast, and it's actually very accurate. So to test that, I'm going to shoot this Lego man with the stud shooter. Okay, so what about through a ring? Alright, so what about a tiny ring that barely fits the stud? Oh my goodness, I actually did it! And the Lego man actually didn't take any damage. Wow, this guy is built different. Also, please like the video because that took a lot of tries to get that shot. Hopefully the next bug won't be so hard. But before we find bug number 2, you're probably wondering, why am I building bugs? Well, in the last video, I said to comment Bob if y'all wanted me to build a praying mantis out of Lego, and literally hundreds of you did. So I started doing some research to make a video, and it turns out there are a lot of deadly bugs, which made me ask, which one is the deadliest? So I decided to make a video about it to find out, and the last one is definitely the most dangerous, so yeah, stick around if you want to see that. But to get there, we need to find bug number 2. But to do that, we have to go to North Africa, because this is the deathstalker scorpion. Wow, that's an intimidating name. And I built it with these tiny little pincers that actually look pretty good, and these 8 legs using a bunch of clips, and an articulated stinger. Wow, it's actually pretty cool looking. But this guy is not strong. I mean, look at these tiny little claws. He definitely skipped like all the days. But scorpions with small claws usually have big stings, and this scorpion just so happens to have the strongest venom of any scorpion. And if you got stung, you would probably survive, but it would still be extremely painful. I mean, this venom is extremely strong. But scorpions are my favorite type of invertebrate, so I wanted to test this in a cool way. But to do that, I had to wait till nighttime. Because if you take a UV light and shine it on a scorpion, they actually glow. Wow, look at that. That's actually really cool. So that's why I made it out of white pieces, because it reflects the UV light a lot better. Scientists don't even know why, so if you got a theory, then drop it in the comments. Wow, this is actually really cool and realistic looking. Anyway, to find the third bug, it's time to go upside down. Yep, that's right, we're going to Vegemite land, because this is the Sydney funnel web spider. And I built it using a bunch of black bars for the legs, and a stud shooter in the butt to make it shoot webs like Spider-Man. And I also gave it these huge fangs made out of these Lego blade piece thingies. But don't let those scare you, he don't bite much. Okay, actually, this is one of the most aggressive and venomous spiders in the world. It's actually known for biting multiple times, and the venom is very toxic. So if you get bit, good luck. But I also added a special feature to the spider where if you push on the back, venom actually comes out of the fangs. Okay, that's actually really cool and also scary at the same time. But it's actually just a little plastic bit with some water in it. But this spider's coolest trick isn't its venom, it's actually the way it hunts. Where instead of building a big web and sitting in it for hours, it actually builds a tunnel with a lid and sets tripwires out. Then when something walks by and triggers it, it jumps out and attacks. You don't even see it until it's too late. I mean, I would say these are the best camouflage spiders in the world. I mean, it literally looks like dirt. You don't even know it's there. But this next bug doesn't even use camouflage. And to find it, we have to go outside, because it's pretty much everywhere, and it's also the deadliest animal to humans. And it's this, the mosquito. And I built mine using gear levers for the legs, and these clear pieces for the wings, and these clear red studs for the eyes. Because what you might not have known is mosquitoes actually have really good vision, even though they can only see in black and white. But to go with their really good vision, they can also feel your body heat and smell the CO2 in your breath. So no wonder those mosquito repellents don't work. But I did say that this was the deadliest bug in the world. So why is this not the final bug? Well, when it comes down to it, he's just trying to steal your life juice without you knowing. The killing you part is unintentional. So that kind of makes him a little lame. But to test this bug, I'm gonna let him bite me. Oh, okay, that was kind of dumb and lame. But this final bug is actually really cool, and it can literally be found anywhere. But before we find out, I just want to say, if you really enjoy these videos that I make, then please check out fistfulofstuds.com. We have lots of cool digital instructions over there, including all of the tanks that I've built in all of my videos. So yeah, please check out Fistful of Studs if you want to support the channel. It really makes a difference. Anyway, it's time to find out what the deadliest bug in the world is. And it's Bob, the praying mantis. Yep, and I built him using a bunch of clips for his legs and this odd technique for his head, which I think actually looks really cool. Now, I know what you're thinking, how can this be the most deadly bug? You can literally keep it as a pet. Well, to help you understand why, we have to go through the other 4 bugs again. See, each one has a specific trait that they use, but the praying mantis has all 4. Like the bombardier beetle, the praying mantis is extremely fast. Bob can catch prey in 50 milliseconds, which is less than the blink of an eye. And like the scorpion's venom, the mantis is incredibly strong because Bob doesn't rely on venom. He just catches them and then eats them alive. In fact, mantises have been known to eat snakes, lizards, birds, and fish. So yeah, you're not really safe anywhere. This is partly due to Bob's camouflage. Even the ones that don't look like flowers or twigs are extremely hard to spot when they're on trees or bushes. And lastly, Bob has excellent vision. He's actually the only type of insect with true 3D binocular vision, which is very similar to human vision. But Bob's powers don't stop there. He actually has one more trait that makes him OP, and that's being extremely mean to everything except himself. Yeah, mantids are extremely vicious to other animals, and even to themselves. The female eats the male during mating, and half the babies eat each other, and anything else they can find. Yeah, Bob probably had to eat some of his brothers and sisters to get here. And although Bob can't actually do anything to you now, if you were captured by Dumb Doggo and shrunk down to the size of a bug, then good luck, because Bob would probably eat you. But I want to test my Lego version of Bob in the best way possible. So to do that, I'm going to see if I can try to find Bob again. Hey, okay guys, it's actually been a couple of weeks since I've seen Bob, so he might not be alive anymore, but we're going to try and find him. So I searched the land for a couple days, but I couldn't find a single mantis, including Bob, which was kind of sad. But I had a better idea. So I went back inside and built this nice display stand and attached these plant stems to it using a bar piece, and also gave it a plaque so you know who it is. And now I can display Bob next to all my other Legos. And now I'll be able to remember Bob forever. Like, literally, because it's made of plastic, so it'll last forever. And now you know why Bob is the deadliest bug in the world. Because of his speed, power, camouflage, and vision. Anyway, this was a pretty fun and creepy video to make because now I got all these bugs that I can use to scare people with. So yeah, don't forget to check out fistfulofstuds.com. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll watch you in the next one.